Shalom, sister.
Greatest elder, how you doing?
Oh, good, good, good.
I don't have a lot of time. Let me talk fast right quick.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. One of the things that I want you to free your mind of is that you got to have a lot of money to acquire a property. It's not true. Back in the 80s, there used to be a man that used to come on TV all the time. His name was Carlton Sheets. And he used to have these like TV webinars or whatever. And
Yeah, I remember him.
And he used to say you could buy a house with no money down. No money down. Remember that?
Yeah, he kind of looked like Carlton Pearson.
I don't know about him, but Carlton Sheets is very famous. Okay, he just recently passed away, but
Oh man,
but the theory about you being able to buy a property with no money down or very little down is true. I need you to open your mind to accept that.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, so uh when you don't have enough money to buy a house that you can live in, you can always buy a house that you can sell.
Okay,
That's called wholesaling. What you do is we put money on a contract. Like, say, for instance, I find a property owner and they need to sell their house. So what I would do is find out what I need to find out about their property, get the lowest possible offer I can on the house, and take $100 to the title company for their contract. Write a contract up with them if they accept it. Put $100 down on it because you have to put some money on a contract in order to hold it. The contract gonna give you the power to sell that house. So for those 30 to 45 days, you actually are on paper the owner of that property.
wow. What's the name of this office?
I'm telling you a strategy.
Okay,
It's called wholesaling. Write it down.
yes, ma'am. Oh, so I got.
Okay. So what I do is right now I find properties, find people that need to sell their properties fast. They might not be working with a real estate agent, or they could be working with a real estate agent. It's a little bit more challenging when you're dealing with a real estate agent, but you can do it. I prefer not to, um, because it's just easier to navigate if you don't. Okay. And
Okay.
I just recently picked up a house in Alton, Illinois. I found a house on the internet, talked to the seller. The seller wanted $70,000. 70? 75,000 for the house. I did my research on the property and found out that properties in that same area that's rehab will sell for 137,000.
Right.
So I did a contract for with the property for 75. And then I sold it for 90 and I made 15 grand off of it.
Dang.
Somebody else sent me an email today, well, really yesterday, and technically since last Friday. They got to have a property sold by next Wednesday. And it's in an area where I have a lot of end buyers. So they sold the house. They wrote a contract with me for 53,000, and I'm writing a contract with my end buyer for 65,000. And all I put was $100 on that contract. So I'm gonna make 12 grand on that property.
Dang.
Okay, so this is like a method that you use to like build up your stash and also your confidence and also your knowledge base so that you can understand the process of buying a house and selling a house. All the steps that have to go in between. I'm giving you the short version because I gotta go soon, but I want to just put
Okay.
something in your ear, that it's possible. These kind of transactions are going on every day. And it's a nice way to get introduced into doing real estate, uh, and learn and start learning how the system works, how to set up escrow with a title company, how to write contracts, how to negotiate a deal, how to look at other properties that look just like the property you're trying to buy and determine what the value is. Knowing how much to write a contract up for, because when you wholesaling, you have to also sell it at a discount so that the end buyer will still be able to make money off of it. You can't take all the money. You could just take a little bit of the profit in the middle. Okay,
Right.
that's you're right. So there is a system to that. And so that's like the first thing I want to teach you is how to do that. I'm gonna share my screen with you because I'm getting contacts from Tennessee every day. Let's see. Oh, sorry. I've been up for a long time. You see this right here? These are
Yeah.
all properties in Tennessee.
Dang.
So we could be making some money down there.
Yeah, 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 absolutely.
But I gotta teach you how to do it.
Okay. I want to learn.
Okay. And you don't have to spend a whole lot of time to do it, but you got to spend some time to do it. But before we can get to doing it, first I got to teach you how to do it. And that's what I
Okay.
need you to make a little bit of time for. Uh,
Yes, ma'am.
so that we could, I could teach you like how to look at properties. Like right, this one right here says it's got the address. They said they only asking for 48,000. It's got the address to the property. Tell you what year it was built. It's a condo. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tell you what area it's in. It's 2 bedrooms, 1.5 baths. It's only 960 square feet. And here's the image of the property. Let's see what this. Let's see. So it's a little bit outdated, but it's neat. Neat and clean. It's outdated, but it's neat and clean. So they could make a nice rental for somebody. Looks like kind of like a townhouse since it's go upstairs and downstairs. Anyway, so that's looking at that property. So what I would do, I have a system that I use. Um, and I can go into my system and do different research on a property. I can put the address in and find out what the comps are for that property.
Right.
A comp is the a comp is a property that's identical to that property that recently sold, and you need 3 of them to determine the value. Write that down. You need 3 sales comps to determine the value of your subject property.
Okay.
Subject
Okay.
property. Subject property is the property that you got under contract or trying to put under contract. You need 3 sales comps. Comparables. Comp stands for comparable. So this address is, let me put this address in and see if it give me that.
You said I need 3 sales comps to do what?
Determine the value of a property.
Oh, okay.
A sales comp is a property that has recently sold.
Oh. Wow.
So you have to, so you always try to get 3 of them, 3 properties that have recently sold so that you can get a fair market value. So this is the subject property. I can put it in my system, push search. And then it'll give me, hopefully, the sales comps in the area. So they selling their house for 48,000, and the sales comps right here are ranging from 120 to 214,000.
Wow.
Wow. I might have to call them my dog myself.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that's how you make your spread. So they trying to sell that for 48,000. Shoot, I might have to come back home and check that out and see if I can put a contract on it.
Right.
Okay, wait a minute. See, this is not no comparable because it's not the same kind of property. Hold on. Let me do. Let's see. It says it's a condominium, so let's see. This just pulling up 2 bedrooms. Let me see if this is a house or condo. So that's what you have to do. You got to make sure that it's apples for apples.
Okay. I think my screen is frozen. I see the let's see, the address of that condo, the year, all that information. And I see the Gmail up in the left corner. I think my screen is frozen. Oh, okay. It's on. Okay, it's not.
Let me put condo here and see if that changes anything. It still didn't change the sales comps. Let's see. Okay, this right here says that the property is worth about 110,000. So it's still still pretty good investment. Yeah. So they could get 110 for that. That's what the comp said.
Okay. And so you would pay them 48,000 and then
No. All I do is put $100 down for the contract, and then I'll go and look for a buyer, a cash buyer that'll pick the property up. So if I pick it up for 48,000, then I'll probably sell it for, let's just say 58,000. I find somebody else to buy it. They have the cash on hand because they have to be a cash deal. You can't go to no lender or nothing like that for these kind of transactions. And this system that I have, I can find, you see this right here, say cash buyer data feed. I can put that address in and find all the cash buyers in that area and start calling them.
Oh wow.
That's what kind of system I got. So that's in Tennessee, right?
Yes, ma'am. Memphis, Tennessee.
That was in Memphis.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, excuse me. Why I ain't got Memphis on here?
Those look like counties, because I know Montgomery County is an area called Clarksville.
I understand, but if it's the city, they still should say the name of the city in there. We
Right.
put it down here. Wow, what's the zip code?
38115.
38115. Let's see if that helps. No, I'm talking about for Memphis.
Um,
Let's see.
yeah, that's a Memphis zip code.
Oh yeah, that's what's 38115. That's it. Say it. Okay, let's see. I'll put 36. So to give me information on other cash buyers in that area. Give me their phone number, if it's a company or the name, and I can call the people in the area and see if they want to pick up the property.
So when you pay the $100, who do you pay that to?
It goes to the title company.
Oh, title company. Okay.
It's earnest money. If you don't close that deal within them 30 days, then they get to keep the money. That's earnest money to hold the contract. All right, I gotta get ready to go pick up these kids. So I just wanted to put that little bit in your ear. Chew on that for a minute. But I have all the software to do the skip tracing, find the cash buyers. I can even find properties in here. I'm able to send out, let me see if I have one here. I can send out advertisements for the properties. Let me see. Let's see if it went to my spam. Basically, an advertisement look just like this. I can create those inside of there. Um, and then like it can go to my buyers list. And then if somebody interested, um, then we can close the deal.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it goes to them in the form of an ad inside the email. Yeah. I'm sorry, I gotta get ready to go, but I wanted to at least spend a few minutes with you to let you know that this is worthwhile to do.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'll look at my schedule to see when I can talk again. Are you available any other day this week?
I mean, this is all I do all day, Mike. It's what I do.
Okay,
I'm doing this all day. When I get through fooling with these kids, if I have a few more minutes in the evening, I'll be doing it again before I go to bed. So yeah, it's how I make
Okay.
a living. I've been doing this since 2001. I started off as a loan officer.
Right. So do I have to have a real estate license to do something like this?
No, this is considered being a real estate investor.
Oh, wow.
So when people ask me what I do, I tell them I'm a real estate investor. That's what I do. Then, after you do this for a while, put some money to the side, then you can start buying some properties. Or pick up a property for yourself, or you might find one along the way. But doing something because you understand what you're looking at is different than just trying to just find somewhere to live.
Right.
Okay, because now you're working with some knowledge, and then you're gonna know some things you need to look at and look for. And so I think the next time we get together, I want to tell you what you need to be looking at when you walk in a property. We'll talk about that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let me know.
All right, I'll let you know.
All right, thank you. Shalom.
All right. Shalom, sister.
All right.